Hello, this is Mr. Jang from Visa in Korea. How are you today? Is yes, thank you very much because I graduated from the graduate school of administration and the last and the Thursday, so I got a master degree for the immigration policies. Thank you. Today's our lecture. My lecture is about the D-10-1 visa because the same as me, the lot of the 40 international students graduated from their university or colleges or the graduate schools. So there is an excellent time to change D-10-1, the job seeking visa for you. So there are several changes for the D-10-1, the job seeking visa, especially D2 visa holders need 60 points, right? This is mandatorily required for them, but a new D-10-1 visa, the manual has indicated that there are some previously D2 visa holders and they don't need any other point. No need point. For the changing into the D-10-1 visa from D2, right? And also there are some of the restrictions has been changed, right? You know that the last time and when I made this movie, but around the 2 years ago, or the 1 years ago, that was if you got fined like 400,000 won from the immigration office, right? In this case, it is not available to change D2 to D-10-1, but that the guideline has been changed. Okay, so there are so many very important messages on new guideline for the D-10-1 visa. So keep watching the video with Mr. Zhang. Okay, so point chart and explanation. We start right now. Okay, chapter one about that, right? Totally 60 points are required, including 20 points of basic items. Your age, yeah, everybody has your own ages, right? And the final academic degree, it doesn't matter about the domestic. Domestic means you, if you have a certain the degree, right, academic degree from Korea, I may say that domestic degree, or an overseas means if you got some academic degree or some career certificate from overseas, excluding Korea and some part of your some working career, sometimes including and the career as well. Okay, so you may check at this one. So basic items are two, and age and your final academic degree, and optional items and domestic study. This is a D2, and I will say more detailed things. And the domestic training is like, for example, like a D-1, like there are more than that. It's a kind of a like language and studying in Korea before applying for D2, right? And Korean and the language proficiency and topic, okay, and KIIP, okay. You can choose higher points on that. Working career from overseas or domestic in Korea. Okay, so you can get additional point for the D-10-1. And there is another additional point I will explain. And the huge change is a deduction point, but actually not change especially, but some of the restrictions and have been changed, right? So I explain about deduction point is the same as previous my the lecture, but restrictions that I and informed you before, the previously 400,001 if we get a fines and from the immigration office it is not available to apply for the D-10-1, but that one has been changed. So I will explain later then. And also there are certain and the person, but as I said that needed 60 point for the D2 visa holders. But if you meet a certain the requirement and you don't need to meet a 60 point for that. Okay, so move to the next one. Okay, the basic items that I said that you need 20 points at least. Okay, and the first basic item is age, and the second one is the final academic degree. Okay, this is based on your passport and date of birth, and it is based on international age. We can say it man nai, okay, is the international age. 20 to 24, 10 points, 25 to 29, 15, 30 to 34, 20 points, and 39 to 35 to 39, 15 points, and 40 to 49, and 5. But, 50 and above, and there is no any point. The less than 20 years old, there is no point. And the final academic degree, the domestic means if you graduated from one of the Korean universities, associate degree, and the 15, and domestic and overseas, the bachelor's 15, the master's 20, and doctorate 30. You can only check and choose one thing. Okay, look at this. Some of the persons and have E-7-1, and after the while he is working at certain company and studying like an internet or a regular course and for the master degree. In this case, you can get an 20 points. It is not just based on D2 visa holders, no, including D2. But if you are staying in Korea and if you got a certain degree, right, and from the internet or regular course, and you can get these points. Okay, it doesn't matter about the overseas and domestic, or while you are D2, you got an associate or bachelor and master and doctorate degree, or just while you were just working in Korea or the staying in Korea with a F1 or F3. In this case, if you just obtained your higher level of your degree compared to the previous year academic degree. If you just studied in Korea, got a higher degree, you can use this one. Okay. And second one is chapter 1 point and optional item. So domestic study, this is the additional optional item. So only for regular course. Okay, regular course. So internet, it is not available, and you have to graduate and obtaining your degree from Korea. It's a regular course is including D2, and while you were E7, and you can get, if you just took lessons while you were the working, and you just participated in the regular course, not through the internet. If you do, you can get additional point for that. But this additional point, and there are the two types. The first one, and if you graduated from one of the Korean university, not just the internet, just a regular course where while you were staying in D2. So based on your academic degree, um, and obtaining and the date, and to the three within 3 years associate degree, if you have this one, you may get 30, and bachelor's at 30, and master's and the doctorate additional, you may get a 30 points. The full example, if you got a D2 and 3, and your graduation based on your the master degree and date, right? And if you apply for the D10 within 3 years, and based on your date of your academic, the master degree, if you do, you may get 30 points. It doesn't matter about the associate or bachelor or master or doctorate. But after 3 years from obtaining date of your academic degree, after 3 years, like associate 5, bachelor 10, master 15, and doctorate 20, and the point. So within 3 years from your date of your academic degree. So this one after 3 years from academic degree. So I said that it is a bit different, right? That one fine academic degree, it doesn't matter about the internet or something, but that one only regular course including D2. Can you understand it, right? So if you obtain and you were the master highest degree within 3 years from the date of the degree, and you may get 30 point any kind of like an associate degree, bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and doctorate. But after 3 years from your degree acquisition date, you may get 5 associate and 10 bachelor's, master 15, and doctorate 20 at a point. You can only choose one, right? The point. And domestic training. So if it is a kind of a like a your experience, right? And a college researcher D25, and exchange student D26, public institute training D42, language training D41, institute training D46. This is a public institute training. That one is a private institute training with a D46. So if you were staying 1 year to 1.6 month, right? 1 year and 6 months, and you may get everything in the 3 points, right? So more than 1 year and 7 months. In this case, you may get 5 for D25, and D26 and the 5, and D42 the 5, but language training and no point, and institute training at the private and the institute at the 5. Okay, so you may check that which one is good. You are longer staying. The most of the person with a D25 and D26 and D24, D24, 2, and 1, and that kinds of person usually and study in into Korea with a D21, D22, D23, or D24. In this case, you can get and gathering that point, and you can add additional point. Okay, but some of the person, right? And while the someone the bachelor's degree from the overseas, in this case, and the bachelor's here, and age is here, and come here in Korea and studying Koreans like this. And if your Korean studying period is more than 1 year and less than 1 year and 7 months, and in this case you get 3 point, and additionally, right, and bachelor's degree 15, right? Good. Another optional item is Korean the language proficiency, right? Level 5 to is a topic or KIP stage 5, right? So you can choose anything is okay. Level 5 or stage 5 20, level 4 or stage 4 completion 15, level 3 10, level 2 5. But if you have a topic level, right? If you got a D-2-1 to D-2-4, in this case, the topics and the validity period is 2 years. But if you had a D-2-1 or D-2-4, and after that you got a topic 5 in this case, but your topic 5 period, the validity is finished, even though you have that document, and you can use your and the highest point, even though your topic level has been expired, you can use it, and you had a D-1 to D-4 previously. Wow, it's very, very great. The working Korea, D-10-1, and if you just work at the certain part, like a E7 1 to E7 and 4, but not exactly E7 4 field, professional E7 1 field, and you are working at a certain period and 1 to 2 years and 5 point, additionally 3 to 4 years and 10 point, and the 5 years and more 15 point. Overseas, right? 3 to 4 years 5 point, and 5 to 6 point and 10 and 7 years or more, you may get a 15 point, right? It must be matching to your major. Okay, not all your academic degrees majors. So if you're working in the field and it's the same the field as your academic degrees major, you may get this additional point. And also there is additional point recommendation for the job seeking visa from the minister of relevant ministries, 20 points, and the word and the times the 200 and QS5 a top university diploma holder within 3 years, like a 2022, 2021, 2020. The one of the your universities ranked the one of the time 200 QS 500 university within this year, within 3 years, you may get a 20 and a point. So if you graduated from the one of the Korean university like SNU, Seoul National University, is within 3 years from your graduation and times 200, right? So you may get 20 points. Global enterprises working experience within 3 years of the Fortune of 500, right? So you were just 5 years ago you worked a certain and the Fortune 500, so and the 3 years or something, right? In this case, and at the date of your application for the D-10-1, and you were the worked and the company as one of like a Fortune 500 within 3 years. In this case, you may get 20 point, okay? And science and engineering bachelor degree, including and domestic associate degree in Korea. So if you graduate from the one of the Korean colleges with a D-2-1 and you got an associate degree or overseas bachelor's degree for in the major of science and engineering, right? You may get a 5 additional points. And the higher yearly income, 50,000 US dollars for from your professional and the field of an overseas company, you may get a 5 point. Okay, good. And there is an additional, yeah, I'm sorry, this is a deduction point. This is deduction point only checked at within 5 years. So if you violate one time of the Immigration Act -5, two times -10, and three times -30, and the other domestic law one time -5 and -10, -30. So if you submitted your updated your passport renewal, if you're late, you got a fine or something, and also you got a minus the 5 deduction. Okay, so this and in the record and can gather within 5 years. So watch out for the deduction point. Okay. There is a very, very important the restriction, the change. If there is a history of receiving a fine of 2 million, 2 million won. I said previously, if you get a fine 400,000 won, it is not allowed to change D-10-1 from D-2, but it has been changed to 2 million. So if you get a one problem and you got caught because of our working and without permission, and you got a fine like a 500,000, it is okay. Within 2 million won a fine within 3 years, totally you're fined and gathering your whole the fines within 3 years. If your fines are not more than 2 million won, you have a chance to change D-10-1 visa. Very, very important. So last time 400,000, and if you got fined, you cannot allow it to change the D-10-1. But right now, if you're the fine less than 2 million won, you are eligible to apply for the D-10-1 in case of having 60 points. Okay, 2 million won, less than 2 million won, and you'll find you have a chance to apply for D-10-1 and job seeking. Yes, yes, this is very, very important. Okay. There is an additional very good benefit, right, for the domestic associate degree or higher degree holders, and from within 3 years from your graduation. But actually, I said that you need a 60 point, right? But if you got a associate degree or higher degree in Korea, and your graduation and the date is within 3 years from you apply for the D10 visa with a 60 point, then you have a chance to apply for the D10-1 if you get a 60 point. But no need the point, no need the point. If you meet this requirement, you got a associate degree and a bachelor's degree, master's degree, and PhD degree in Korea, and your graduation, you were at the time of your application for the D-10-1, you are not the past the 3 years from your graduation with topic level 4 or stage 4 midterm test passer after taking the stage 4, and if you pass your midterm test, or pre-test KIP stage 5 assigned person, right? So if you got the pre-test for the KIP, and if you got like 80 points, right? And you can automatically assign the two KIP stage 5 in this case, and you don't need points. First one, topic 4, and the stage 4, the midterm test passer, or if you have a very good in Korean skills and you just took a pre-test for the KIP stage and you got stage 5 assigned person, yes, no need. Yeah, point 60. Okay. Today I just explain about the D-10-1 from the D2, right? And actually need 60 point, right? And with the basic requirement for the 20 point, okay? But if you get a topic 4 or KIP stage 4 and the completion after the test and you pass, or and after the pre-test and you have been assigned to KIP at stage 5, in this case, no need 60 points. In case of you got a domestic and associate degree and bachelor's degree and a master's degree or doctorate degree, right? Good. Very, very excellent information on this. So if you have any questions and doing your D-10-1 visa change or extension, you can call me Mr. Zhang at 010-6383-3078, Mr. Zhang, or the visainkorea.com. You can visit, or the Facebook page and the Visa in Korea, or our YouTube channel, Visa in Korea 1. So the subscribers are now 6,000 right now. So my final goal and this year is 10,000. Please subscribe our Visa in Korea YouTube channel. So your subscriptions gives more motivation to make a better or much better and information and lectures for you. Okay, so today's lecture was about new D-10-1 and job seeking visa. So I just indicated all the points and very, very important and information on that. Please subscribe and Visa Korea YouTube channel. And see you next time with more valuable information. This is Mr. Zhang, Visa in Korea. See you next time. Bye bye.